Clearly, it's very difficult to get Harley Quinn just right. I don't envy anyone adapting this character. Although so far, animation has the edge. Not all animation. She's a little wonky in some of the animated movies that have recently come out. But of course, where she debuted in the animated series, Batman the Animated Series, and then of course the new animated series that debuted on DC Universe and now is on HBO Max. Go watch it! Gets it absolutely perfect. In fact, they're so good over there that I would run every single Harley Quinn property at Warner Brothers through them, like through their filter. I'd be like, fix this, make this perfect, just like your animated series. But now James Gunn is taking a crack at the character. He said that he was the most excited to write that character. He really is in to Harley Quinn, to the point where it's a little insulting to everyone else in the movie and all the other actresses he's ever worked with. Elizabeth Banks, as I said before, is like, I stuck with you through Brightburn. And he's like, don't care. Margot Robbie is the best actress I've ever worked with, by far. Elizabeth Banks. Remember that, Elizabeth Banks. But it's great for Margot Robbie, who, of course, as always, looks fabulous. She's a gorgeous actress, very personable, and like the Harley Quinn character herself, hard to mess it up. No, even if it's a little off, it's still really, really good. Now, my biggest concern, is that she's just going to be red, white, and black Gamora. And I think there's a real chance that might be the case. But we're going to break down her new look, and then tomorrow I'm going to do a shot-by-shot of the behind-the-scenes footage. Tomorrow is shot-by-shot day. Today is breaking news and reactions day. All right, so first off, I want to say, after that very long introduction, that I'm so happy to not just see the Batman Arkham video game influence on Harley Quinn's costume here, but also Injustice. That's such a fabulous game, and it's high time they started influencing the rest of the DC, universes. I mean, they should. And next, I would like to see them, everybody else copy NetherRealm's amazing fighting moves for these characters. That's what makes, covering and playing and watching that game so much fun. So yes, Harley Quinn is video game styling. Because I said, she's a difficult character to get just right, I both like this and I both don't like it. All right, so let's go over what I like, and then we'll talk about what I don't like. All right, so I like the red and black color scheme. I think that's fabulous. So great to see her in that. I like the leather jacket from Injustice, and I like the fingerless gloves, which she's worn a lot. I love the goggles, also from Injustice. They look fantastic. It's so cool. Who doesn't love to wear goggles? I even used to have a pair of goggles that I would wear around when I did comedy sketches and stuff. I loved them. They're so much fun. And I love the black lipstick and nails. The black lipstick is a throwback all the way to when she was first introduced. Well, yes, the whole time. I think it particularly stands out in the new animation style for the Batman the Animated Series, and they did the sharper look. But I love the black lipstick. It looks so good. So what don't I like? I don't like the hair. Why is her hair so difficult to get right? I didn't like the pink and blue when we first got it from David Ayer, but, I'll say David Ayer, I think he did a good job. He cheesecaked Harley up, which ended up being very good for the character, and I think we've all accepted it at this point. And he also, I think, made her very bubblegum fun. I wish she was chewing bubblegum, by the way. That's what she needs. She needs her baseball bat, and she needs bubblegum. That would be so much fun. But the bubblegum, fun blue and, light blue and pink hair, I think is really, really important to the character. Now here, I wish it was just higher up even, like in the concept art that they showed. Here, these low braids blend into her jacket to the point where it looks like she actually just has really short hair close to her head. It should be fluffy and crazy because she's a crazy person. She's crazy. And that's one of my biggest complaints here. We'll get to that in a moment, but it came up now. It's just like, she doesn't look that crazy in a lot of these shots. And that to me is really problematic. But sticking with her outfit, let's wrap that up first. I would have kept her in hot pants. I know that Margot Robbie hates to wear the hot pants, and I understand that she hates to wear them, but she's just got to do it. I'm sorry. I would have kept that. It would really suck to film in those, especially the action sequences. I'm like, I'm sorry. I'll give you a little extra money. I know it sucks. It's like, I've made the comparison before. Jennifer Lawrence really went for comfort over depicting the character with Mystique, and she heavily paid a price with fans. And I would hate to see Margot Robbie go down the same path. I'd be like, it could be worse. You could be running around here naked, painted blue. You just have to wear hot pants. I'm very sorry. You have your own medic team for any scrapes that you might get. And I would just apologize to her every time I saw her. But I'd be like, but it's going to be amazing when the movie comes out. Trust me, you're going to be happy. And I really also like the pom-poms she has on her sneakers in the animated series. So I think that I would like a mix of this in the animated series, basically. And I have to say, the way Margot Robbie played with the hair in Suicide Squad, the first movie, really made it. She was always blowing it out of her face and whipping her ponytails around. It was very endearing, looked really pretty, really cool. I think it was appealing to both men and women. And she's lost that with the character ever since. So I'd be like, we gotta get it back. We gotta get it back. Now, as I said, my biggest problem is that she looks like a normal person. And she looks like a regular member of the team. She just looks like, you know how, like, there are other women on the team, but Margot Robbie's like the quintessential female member of the team. You know how, like, throughout history with comic books and animation, there's usually, like, been one woman on the team, and she's always, like, the token woman, and they're like, we need to have a woman on here. So, and of course, she's dating somebody on the team. I wonder if she'll date somebody here as well. I kind of would hope she would not, actually. I would like to maybe take that out. Although, Harley's a groupie. She's just her natural state. And that's cool. I think not everybody needs to be exactly the same. She always latches on to someone. So let's see if James Gunn realizes that about the character. I'm open to him changing my mind, though. I'm open to him changing my mind. But I just feel like she blends too much into the team. She should immediately, like, it took me a second to find her in this team lineup. She should immediately pop out where you're like, there's a crazy lady in the mix. I mean, she should look like a literal wild card, and she doesn't. She looks way too competent, in my opinion. She looks like a valued member of the team who maybe even could lead it, instead of like, Amanda, are you sure she should be on the team? I think she's going to get us all killed. And Amanda Waller goes, she's very entertaining. I'm sorry. You don't know this, but you're actually being filmed. That's what I think, it needs to come across. You need to be like, why would anybody put her on the team besides to entertain us? So yeah, I think she looks too normal. But I do like two shots here. Two shots here, she looks zany. And those are awesome. I like when she's kind of narrating before she shoots the rocket launcher. That's classic Harley. I love that. And I like when she's kind of panicked here in this close-up shot. That looks great. She's really using the black lipstick there. She's doing some good face acting. I appreciate that. And then also, you can see in some of these action shots, I don't like this one where she's jumping away from the blast because it looks too much like it's just a traditional action movie. I'm like, that doesn't need to be. It should clearly be Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn should only do things that only Harley Quinn would do. That's why I loved it in the first I can't believe I'm praising the first Suicide Squad movie. It had its moments. But when she did the fall and she pretended to be shot, she did the rope trick like from like a circus, right, from the helicopter. That was only Harley would do that, and so I think that always needs to be the case. Margot Robbie and the director, James Gunn should constantly be asking themselves, what would Harley do? And it shouldn't be the first thing that comes to mind, probably. But in a couple of these shots, you can see she's doing wire work and that this Harley Quinn is augmented. She doesn't need to be super augmented, but she needs to be juiced just a bit. In the comic books, they made it that Poison Ivy juiced her up. Literally, she made her a little bit heightened physically, and also she's immune to poison. But I do think it's important that Harley be a little bit more than a normal person, again, because how on earth is she gonna take all these people on with powers if she doesn't have a little boost herself? So I'm happy to see that. It looks cool. I wish she was doing gymnastics, but I'll take a lot of leaping instead if I have to. But yeah, I mean, when Harley Quinn was first introduced to the Suicide Squad in the New 52, she instantly totally took over the comic. At first, it was like in a bad way. Everybody was like, what's she doing in this comic? It's ridiculous. She overshadows everyone. And then it was just so entertaining that you were like, this is basically Harley Quinn and company. And that's kind of what they presented at the panel today, too, I have to say. And you know what? Harley Quinn's so wildly entertaining, I'm okay with that. We'll talk about the rest of the team in the breakdown. I think it's more comic booky than I would have expected, and I'll be curious to see how that translates. But Harley Quinn, again, she's a difficult character to handle. Even recently in the Suicide Squad comic just got canceled. Tom Taylor was doing a great job writing it, but he didn't know what to do with Harley. That was the one problem there, and actually he even sidelined her. And I think, you just have to figure it out because she's such a great character. But, I'm excited to see them even just try. So what do you think of the changes here? Write your thoughts down below. Subscribe today, and of course, as always, you can check out some more videos right now.